this is Project Stirling Silver. We are working on a heat engine known as the Stirling engine. The Stirling engine was developed about 200 years ago. It was a rival of the steam engine, and it's really cool. It's a very simple engine. It works off of a simple formula that governs almost everything. It's called the pressure-volume equation. So, what the pressure-volume equation means is that pressure and volume are proportional to temperature in a way. So, basically, on this side of the equation, it's pressure and volume. On this side of the equation, it's the compressibility factor, which means how compressible your fluid or gas is. Right here, this is the constant of how much you have, the basic mass of the substance you're using. And right here is temperature. So, just to re-emphasize, it just says that pressure and volume are directly proportional to temperature. Now my colleague here will explain how our Stirling engine works.
So here we just have a little diagram. This is actually the alpha Stirling engine here. We have our two pistons here and our flywheel here. So what happens is we have a heat source at the bottom, and that as the heat source heats up the air inside the piston moves upwards as the first stage. And as this piston is moving upward, the pressure is also moving along this little pipe right here, and also causing this piston to move upward. And at this point, as the air or the pressure decreases, it's going to cause this piston to move downward. And by the time this piston is moving downward, the flywheel momentum is actually causing this piston right here to reset downward.
Now, what's really cool about the Stirling engine is about the heat source. The heat source can be anything. You can have things like geothermal, you can have regular old combustion, but it can be renewable combustion. Things like ethanol that comes from just regular everyday plants, and many other stuff, as long as it's heat. Which brings up a new thing. It's not just heat. You can actually just cool down the other piston. Just cool down with ice, whatever you can. And it will work in reverse. As long as both of these pistons have a temperature difference, a significant one, the engine will work.
Well, I hope you all enjoyed our video segment today discussing the Stirling engine. And now we're going to discuss why the Stirling engine is not as reliable as a steam engine. Stirling engines just don't run off of heat, they are powered by expanding air, which is far more compressible and far more difficult to heat than just water alone. Due to economic factors and practical situations, we can clearly see that the steam engine would be the better choice in everyday life.
Desmond, did you know that the more heat you apply, the faster it goes?
No, I did not know that.
Oh, man!
So our original project was the small-scale Stirling engine. Like we said in the video, it's originally ran off of air pressure. The air pressure built up in the tubes pushes the flywheel and causes a rotation and pushes these pistons back and forth from the added momentum from the flywheel. We tried to do an upscale, larger version.
What do you have to say about the project?
It's lovely.
I don't know if Kevin, do you have any comments?
I really like what's going on here. We're making a movement here in the world, and, you know, things are going really smooth. You know, we're building a nice, efficient motor to help the economy out. You know.
You heard it here first, folks.
Here we have our Stirling engine, and we're gonna get ready to try to fire it up. But I'm gonna try to explain some of the details or the basics of what we're gonna do, and how we're gonna start it. So if you come over here, and look, we have our pulley system we're going to use to kick start the engine and have these pistons rotating. And they're going to move just like this. And as we explained in the earlier videos, we're going to apply our heat source right here to help build up the air pressure. That way we can keep up the rotation with our pistons as that air flows through the pipe and pushes the pistons up and down with the pressure. It failed due to the fact that we didn't have the right materials. The materials we do have added too much friction, and we also didn't have a good enough seal to keep the pressure to help rotate that the piston. As you can see, if you come close, you'll see the smoke still coming out of the tank. That lets you know that we had air coming out during the whole process.
Come back because it's so efficient, and maybe you'll be the scientist or engineer who finds a way to use it in extremely important applications. You could, dare I say it, change the world.